All right. Here we go. Raw Mind Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Jones. We got a big state championship game here for the Tarboro Vikings going against Mount Airy. And this show is just dedicated to Titletown, Tarboro. I hope my area folks don't see this, but hey, they'll be all right. Raw Mind, Raw Thoughts. Hit my music.
You're on time to talk sports with Raw Mind. Game day, who plays with updates of all kinds. From press box to sideline, who got cut, who got signed, who's clutch when it's crunch time. The starting lineup or the pine. These athletes compete, some without even trying. You want a championship, you gotta grind. When them bright lights shine, and this game go 9, they gon' cover the story, not quite like Ryan. Exclusive interviews, dudes plug like Mike Line. He's got the inside scoop of why, who got fine. Prime time, got the game statistic. I could say, if you wasn't at the game, you missed it. But now Raw Mind Sports covers the distance. Front row, that's close like a coach's assistant. You wanna be in the know? Eyes open and listen. This is Raw Mind Sports, another edition.
Welcome to another edition of Raw Mind Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Jones, and I got my guy, Coach J. And like I said right before we went on air, I discussed basically, like, hope my area don't see this. I hope my area do see this because I really don't care. And that's just raw thoughts. Like I told you the other day, I'm a Capricorn. I'm the biggest. I don't care if I don't care. So with that being said, how you doing, man?
Hey, Prime, man. Bless, man. Excited about this game on Saturday, man. Go Vikings. This is going to be a good one.
Oh, man, indeed. And it could be probably one of the best games of the season. State championship games of the week, because you got Freesville and Clinton gonna be good.
Yeah. Freesville always.
Weddington versus Hoggett could be good.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got 71st versus Hickory. I don't know how competitive that's going to be, but it should be a good one. But with that being said, we're here to talk Tarboro Vikings versus Mount Airy, and I know everybody got their popcorn ready.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start here, man. Tarboro versus Mount Airy, sponsored by Taps on Main, a new business on the 200 block of Main Street, downtown Tarboro, coming to the block near you.
Excited about it, man.
You're going to be excited. Lots of sports. It's kind of like a sports bar. Going to be a lot of fun and, events. And my guy, Liam Gilroy, he's going to be super cool about it. And he's going to love to hear everybody's chat about whatever sport it is. So here we go. Taps on Main. So the first topic we're going to go to is, last year, sponsored by Freedom and Faith Agency by Linwood. Stop the crowdfunding and get some life insurance and make your family happy. Stop thinking about when you leave. It don't matter when you leave. It's about the bigger picture. Raw thoughts. Use promo code RAWMIND. You get a 15% discount. So we know what happened last year. Mental mistakes, however you want to say it, raw thoughts. Mount Airy won, and in their minds, they feel like they're the team to beat still. And it was 20-7. Tarboro has gotten better. Some say Mount Airy has gotten better. But hey, we're going to see who's gotten better when that whistle blows at the beginning of the first quarter. So here we go. Next slide. Sponsored by Ainsley Construction. And this will tell you the 22-23 tell the tape. Oh, man. All right, so go ahead. You go ahead and talk right here, Coach J.
Yeah. This is just kind of a breakdown, from last year.
My man, Chris Brady. I know you watching big time. Welcome to the show. This is where everything goes down at my guy.
Hey, welcome, man. This is just a breakdown of last year's. Just to kind of compare, the difference from last year and this year, just to look at, first down penalties and things like that from the 22 game there. And they're, looking at the time of possession, pretty fairly everything across the board is pretty fairly even. I feel like Tarboro can probably, use less of those penalties this year. Got to be more disciplined offensively and defensively. And the first downs are pretty much, pretty evenly. Tarboro did run more plays.
This was in the state championship last year, correct?
Yep.
And this is raw thoughts. When I talk raw thoughts. When Jeremy talk, he breaks down, the stats and what you're gonna break down. So This series was pretty even. Like Tarboro had more plays.
Yep.
Tarboro had less first downs. Tarboro had one more penalty. Pretty even game. Like you said, you're right. 26 penalty yards.
Yep.
For Mount Airy more than Tarboro. Tarboro did control the possession of time. Most people look at this stat and be like, how in the world did they lose with this much advantage? But go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that it was just, a lot of run game coming from, Mount Airy. That running back he's something serious. He's serious, man. We're going to see some of his stats a little later, but, he's something serious. He's going to be a guy that Tarboro's going to have to really key on.
Yeah, I agree. Although I did go to the game, actually, I seen a few special teams mishaps that probably, put this situation here like it was. But, when I look at this stat, man, for them to just have 20 points, like Tarboro really, this game was really a Tarboro game. But that was last year. We're going to talk about this year.
They kept it. So.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Saying they kept it close, with 12 first downs. That could have been a different game, but it's just resilient how they kept this one close, and who knows, man. This one this year may be a different story. I feel like it may be.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next topic. Sponsored by Central Collection Monica Ricks. Sponsored by Central Collection Monica Ricks. We're gonna talk about the breakdown, the passing, and rushing. And she has amazing products down at town, down at Tarboro Coffee Shop. Use promo code RAWMIND. Use promo code RAWMIND. Get a 15% discount on all products, handmade products, from bath products to kids products to cold balls you put in the bathtub, to sinus to bar soaps. She has it all. Now we're gonna let you talk about the passing and the rushing of this game here, Coach J.
Well, I ain't really got to talk about passing because it just really speaks for itself. We got five passes. This is going to be a smash mouth. This was a smash mouth game last year. As you can see, Satterfield didn't get a lot of carries. I think he's going to be another key guy this year. Right?
No
doubt. We've got Moore that was the lead guy. Gunner, the sophomore there, didn't get a lot of carries. I think he's going to probably be more in a part of the game plan this year too as well. But however, Mason from Mount Airy, he's just their workhorse over there. That's going to be the guy. He was a guy last year that held it down 149 yards. Totally going to have to key into that guy. All eyes are going to be on him. No matter where he lines up at, on Saturday. And then also, which we're going to talk about a little later, though, they also have a guy by the name of Martin as well.
Yes,
pretty decent.
Yeah, he is. And Tyler Mason had 23 carries, 149 yards. He averaged 6.5 yards on each carry, one touchdown. 100 plus yards. He had 3 TDs. I mean, his 3 TDs, I guess, of course, mattered logically. They got some juniors, so these guys back. Ian Gilliam, he's back. Caleb Reed is back. And I heard Coach J.K. Atkins talk about, like, Tyler Mason is the only one in the backfield. He said we have multiple guys. So he said it so calmly and poised. But I guess he felt confident in, like, his backfield. He says Tarboro has a deep backfield. He said so do we.
I would believe that.
You have one guy like Tyler Mason that leads the backfield. I know in Tarboro you have a plethora of running backs who lead the backfield. But Cam and Dow Moore in this game right here, it shows 25 carries, 119 yards.
And he was a freshman.
Correct.
That's
freshman.
Impressive.
And he's going to be even better next year. It's a different game. And I just think, like, a few sophomores, Gunson's going to get there. And I got to put up my comment. And shout out to my guy, by the way here, people. The winner of the $50 gas card in the hoodie is Mr. Dre Burton. And Mr. Dre Burton has been following this for a long time since we've been running Raw Mind Sports. But he got some raw thoughts from what he said, and he's a Tarboro native. If Tarboro gets down by 2 scores, it's a wrap for us. Tarboro has never played well from behind, and that's a proven fact. But still, go Vikings. All right.
It's tough. It's tough to be a run team that predominantly on the run and lean on the run and come from behind. I mean, because you really the passing aspect from that portion, it's not as crisp. Like it's really kind of like you said, a trick play. So if you're a running team and all you do is run and smash mouth, and then you get in those passing situations, it's going to be easier for those teams to cover you because your concepts you run aren't as complex as some of these other spread teams. This is gonna be a really a smash mouth game, man. I see it already coming.
And that's why I said get your popcorn ready. But here we go. Hold on a second. It's hola,
que pasa?
Last flavor to career.
Hey, best taco truck in the 336 right there.
Okay.
Yes.
We got some tacos down here, but and I love them because I always go to Las Delicias. So with that being said, that's another one. All right, here we go. Rankings and records. Here we go. Rankings and records. Tarborough's 13-2 overall, 6-0 in the conference, 9-0 at home, 4-1 away. Did it lose a game this year?
That was
last year. Last year against Herb County.
All
right, Herb County. Neutral 0-1, of course, because that's the state championship. 0.807 percentage, 1,000 conference. Then we got Mount Airy over here. PFL said 634 for Tarboro, and interesting.
Mount Airy scored more.
PF, 188 overall, 15-1. All right, Mount Airy is 6-0. 8-1, 6-0, neutral 1-0. Win percentage is 938. I guess that state championship put them over the hump. They both in the conference was 1,000. PF has them at 778, and we have PA at 118.
They
in the game. Go ahead, break down.
They were elite. They were elite on defense. I'm telling you, 118 yards. I'm sorry, 118 points given up all year. I mean,
points allowed 118. Right.
Yeah, but you think about Tarborough's elite on defense. They gave up only 188.
88. Right.
And we thought that was great. And they, but listen, whatever we see right here from this page here, 13-2, 15-1, it's even better this year because neither one of those teams have a loss. Nothing, no losses at all.
Mount Airy ended again. Yeah, that's I don't know if you remember Rashawn State. This is little brother T State. They have their talk wars.
Big time.
So we'll go to anything else you want to talk about on this topic?
Listen, it speaks for itself, man. These two teams, they were juggernauts last year, and this is pretty much what they were built upon, and they're even better this year. We're about to see that.
Woo!
Oh,
next slide.
About to see that.
All right, rankings and records. All right.
This is what I was talking about this year. 13-0.
Yeah, this year. Sponsored by Essential Collection by Monica Ricks. The rankings and records is sponsored by her. Use promo code RAWMIND. Her products are in Tarboro Coffee Shop and also online. And you can read the ticker down below, and that's where you get the products. Handmade products, bar soaps, things for sinuses, cold, kids, body wash, whatever you need, skin conditioner is there. Use promo code RAWMIND. Use promo code RAWMIND. You get a 15% discount. All right, now go ahead to the rankings and records.
Prime. These two teams are amazing. The breakdown this year and last year, they both have more wins, right?
You keep listen. I'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, they both got more wins. Points against from both teams both decreased. Think about this, right? Tarboro only gave up 91 points this year. 91. Last year it was 188. Last year Mount Emory gave up 118. This year 88.
Ooh.
I mean, can't nobody score on these guys. And I mean, as great as this defense is, are either one of those going to score? I mean, it's going to be a really tough one. And thinking about the points per quarter this year and last year, right? This year they had 44, right? Tarboro. Last year they gave up they scored an average of 42. So increase, right? Mount Airy from 48 to 52. So, there's around a similar ballpark. Mount Airy is getting it done. I don't know if their competition is less or better, but both of these teams are they're going at it. 52 points a game, 44 points a game. It's elite. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough considering whose defense is going to step up, and both of them has been performing well all year. It's going to be a chess matchup in this one.
Definitely. I'm gonna go back to Chris Bradley's on comment. If Tarboro cannot fumble like last year's state championship and like the second year we played East Surrey, I think they will be able to take care of business. That's Chris Bradley. And then we're gonna go to Tarboro State. The Tarboro team last year was the weakest of the teams in years. They really didn't have that much senior leadership, in my opinion, and was led on offense by a sophomore and freshman. I'm expecting this game to be a good one, honestly. These two teams are great, no doubt, but I feel like Tarboro is getting the short end of the stick. I guess he's trying to say people don't believe in Tarboro. Let me tell you something about it. No, I ain't gonna tell you that. Raw thoughts. I got my raw thoughts for later. Go ahead, Jim.
I think they're gonna get it done, man. Like, listen, they almost got the job done with young talent last year, and this talent only got better this year. You think about the defense got better, the offense got better. And these guys got a year older.
Mature.
They got,
what's
they got more guys this year.
You know the saying in life, and this is raw thoughts. This is the thing in life. Like, you get your butt kicked or you get beat up, and your mom says, okay, don't you let it happen again. But your daddy said, don't let it happen again. This is one of them type of situations,
Yep.
I ain't gonna go back out there and get my butt kicked again, or I'm not gonna go out there. And I'm not saying Tarboro's getting their butt kicked. I'm not saying Tarboro got a butt kicked last year. Turnovers do matter. But what I'm saying is, if you don't think those people in that locker room, everybody in the locker room, on top of coaches and all, didn't feel that defeat and loss and think they're not ready for this game, regardless of who's better, it's gonna be a punch-out fight. Oh, I told people in life a while back, raw thoughts. I don't care who you is. If you come to fight me or whatever, I'm gonna fight. Win or lose, you ain't gonna want to fight me again. I don't care if I get beat up, you ain't gonna want to fight me again. I know that because I'm gonna give you what I got. And
you're gonna be prepared the second time.
Correct. So this is where we're going at on that one. All right, we got sponsored by Ainsley Construction, and they have a lot of properties and buildings. If you're looking for somewhere to live, looking to grow a business, Ainsley Construction has you covered. And no worries, they also have handling a lot of businesses downtown Main Street. Here we go. Vikings passing national average, and you're talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about Mount Airy's average as well. So,
well, this is just kind of a breakdown, just to see, give you kind of like a visual what
16 completions to 80. No.
Yeah. That's so you think about the national average, most quarterbacks on a high school level has been completing about 80 passes, and and of course, Tarboro don't throw that much, but it's just kind of give you some analytics behind of what Tarboro has done offensively in the pass game.
This is a rubber match. We beat Mount Airy in 2017, lost to them in 2022, and here we are in 2023 for another round. Bing, bing, ding, ding. Here we go. All right, so I guess we go to the next slide. It tells you about the passing attack, which logically, let's be real, raw thoughts. Yeah. Everybody knows Tarboro doesn't throw the ball a million times. So that doesn't really like show you like, okay, oh wow, we already know. Yeah. I'm quite sure, but we don't know what's gonna happen.
With that QB rating at 112.
Correct. Yeah, them passing TDs. He got 5 passing TDs.
Yeah.
With a not so passing team at the time. That's what the stats show. The stats show that it's not a passing team, but okay. All right, here we go. Granted, Bears 74 pass attempts. Go ahead and break that down.
They had to lean on the pass a little more than Tarboro. So 840 passing yards. They're just slightly under the national average. And one of the things that really, I'm like, wow, no INTs.
No INTs?
Taking care of the ball. That's interesting.
Right.
I don't know if that stat is no passing. I don't know if that's, a factual truth. Sometimes
national average is 6.
Yeah.
You have the Bears
0
interceptions. So it's like if they throw the ball, they money. Well, if they throw the ball, it's guaranteed not to be interception. But
teams taking the cheese.
This could be the tell of the tape. You have Omar Lewis, who plays quarterback, plays in multiple positions, who's going on a full ride to ECU, who plays DB. He's a ball hawk. Can we see this stat change? Sad.
We need to see it change because the turnover is going to be the thing in this game. Somebody's going to have to set up great field position for the team because this is going to be a heavyweight smash them off game right here. And just thinking about this, right? When you have a team that run the ball like Mount Airy and Tarboro, when you do pass, linebackers, secondary guys are possibly going to take the cheese. They're going to take that read step and thinking it's a run, and now you're going to pop it over their head.
So why are we on this show? Break down the read step when you say the read step. So viewers, so we have fans who may watch football, but we have fans, raw thoughts, who know football. So we want to make sure we breaking down that read step for them.
Got you. Read step. So at the linebacker position, you may have a Mike or Will. Their primary first step is their read step. They'll take a first initial step just to read, right? And their job is to either read the tackle, guard, and then they'll see, be able to see, okay, is it a pull? Is he pulling? Is it a run? Is a run showing? And then after that, they'll drop in and get their pass drops. But sometimes some backers will take a re-step and they'll, make it maybe 1-2. And now, if pass does show, if you see a play action, those guys get sucked up in the run and then ball right behind them. That's how you sometimes get those pop plays in NFL with the tight end straight down the seam. Backers taking a read step and they get a little caught up in the mess and get the ball thrown behind them.
So that being said, all the viewers, make sure you like, share, subscribe to these podcast content. It's a lot of content during football. There's a lot of content that you'll be educated on in other sports as well, just for your viewing pleasure. Raw thoughts. All right, we got Freedom and Agency down here giving us the rushing of Tarboro and the receiving of Tarboro at the same time, and it gives you the breakdown on both of them. So it kind of give you some insight on what you probably didn't really know. It sounds like Tarboro averages 8.6 yards per carry. Rushing yards. Man. They have over 4,000 yards in rushing. Good. And for us, we say we're not surprised because Tarboro runs the ball a lot, raw thoughts. From what the stats show, receiving is 16 receptions. That's a difference. So like break that down and what you feel about this. And we'll go into Mount Airy's stats as well.
Right now, Tarboro is 15-0. So that equates to about one pass per game. They pretty much get it done whenever they do pass. It's a completion.
But it averages, you said one, it sounds like it averages one pass per game.
Yeah. Yeah, about one pass per game. So if I'm Mount Airy right now, listen, we're gonna have a 5-man front. Maybe 3-4 backers. We're gonna load up the front because we already know what they're gonna do. Everybody else we're gonna man everything across the board. Load up the front, load up the gaps, and make sure that they don't get those rush lanes they normally accustomed to getting. But looking at the rush yards, man, 4,000 to the 1,000 yard national average. That's bananas, man. The offensive line they've got to be, they're top notch. It's tough to rush for 2,000 yards, 3,000 yards. 4,000 yards is amazing.
No question. I know the rushing attack of Tarboro. Well, we'll talk about that a little later. All right, you have the rushing. Well, the rushing attack sponsored by Central Collections by Monica Ritz. This breaks down their rushing attack. It's a little different. Go ahead with that.
As you can see, Mount Airy has slightly more yards. When we say Tarboro rushing was great, Mount Airy is elite when it comes to rushing. And this is
56-40.
Oh man, this is one thing. This is one of the things that separates Mount Airy, right? Because they can run the ball very effective, and then also they can pass effectively. They've got 41 receptions for 800 yards. So that tells me they've been in some situations possibly where they had the pass and they've converted. So that's a little scary when you're Tarboro and you're kind of one-sided. You need to have more from that passing game. So I can, from Mount Airy's side, no interceptions, and you've been throwing the ball more. That could spell trouble on certain key downs for the Vikings on Saturday.
And what's interesting why I said woo woo like that, because I'm also thinking like they got that many rushing yards, and I know Tarboro has a great rushing attack, and I ain't had a chance to look at their stat in the rushing yard, excuse me. But it's gonna be quite interesting Saturday to see if these rushing yards pan out to what they're supposed to be. That's the only thing. Raw thoughts. It's very interesting to like see that, because I'm thinking like Tarboro's the best rushing team, raw thoughts, in the state. Apparently, they still have a slight edge on that going into this matchup.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All-purpose yards by Monica Riggs. All-purpose yards. All right, Tarboro, all-purpose yards leads to go ahead.
Yeah, this is just a showing so everybody can kind of see how all of their yards break down from rushing to kickoff, punt return, special team wise. Looking at their all-purpose yards, 428 yards a game. I mean, they're getting it done. Nobody can seem to slow down or stop this offense. This game really gonna be a tale of which defense is gonna figure out who first. They played well last year. It was a stalemate. So I figured this is gonna be a similar a game this year.
Hey, I think the same. But I think it's gonna be some mustard to ketchup on the hot dog.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be more. They're gonna have a huge sense of purpose from taking the loss last year. It's gonna
All-purpose yards sponsored by Ainsley Construction. Ainsley Construction. Use promo code RAWMIND. Use promo code RAWMIND. You get a 15% discount. Well, excuse me, wrong thing. Raw thoughts. Ainsley Construction is here to help you on your next project. How you feel about 5640 the yards?
It's just unreal, man. It's just unreal. Just pretty much the same thing going there, man. We know these teams they're going ground and pound. 475 yards they're averaging per game. Man, listen, I would hate
it looks
to be
like both teams are going to ground and pound the entire game, and may the best ground and pound win. That's what it looks like.
Listen, may the best guy who backers don't get don't get caught up inside, and listen, it's going to be a lot of reading tackles, a lot of filling gaps, a lot of safeties free flowing, coming down, running alleys. Yeah.
Sounds like to me, this could be a stat day for the linebackers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely a stat day. Listen, if it ain't a stat day from the backers, it's gonna be a stat day from whoever's left in the secondary if they break.
Raw thoughts. All right. So now, okay. Now Matt Aries. Is it passing?
Yeah, it's kind of breakdown of those guys, man. Just who those guys are running.
All right, running and passing. The guys who gets okay. All right. The leaders in passing, the leaders in rushing. I want to make sure. By the way, again, it's raw thoughts. All right, so Gilmore, number 15, senior, he apparently is who leads.
Looks like they're brothers, though.
Yeah, they might be. Unless they can't be twins, because one junior to senior, they come out the womb, they're supposed to be together. So I can't say they can't say they're identical.
You're held back.
Right, so they have a passing, but the rushing, of course, is led by Tyler Mason, Virginia Tech commit. And this Martin kid, I've been hearing a lot about him recently, and I've seen Coach J.K. Atkins talk about him.
Only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore. He'll be there as long as Cam is here in Tarboro. Very interesting.
Yep.
The rest of them are seniors, freshmen. They got a freshman there. Kate Mason, he played 8 games. He got 24 carries. So he's getting some carries in there. It's not major.
Yeah, he
Gilmore has a
sounds like
rest.
an end of game type of guy.
Yeah. Somebody who gonna get in the bench minutes. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Discuss this if you want to discuss.
Yeah, listen, this is gonna be a Mason Martin show right here. Just know this: when these guys get the ball, all hats need to go to these guys. Yeah, I mean, seriously though, all if Tarboro's running a front 7, a front 8, whoever's on that front, they've got to stay in their lanes. They've got to make sure that they don't. If they're responsible for outside containment, they got to stay outside because
So
these
do you think
guys.
these guys are do you think these guys are power runners like inside AB gap, or do you think these guys are like C gap runners?
I haven't watched those guys on tape, so
Okay.
I can't really
Right.
say. And based on the numbers, it won't tell me either, because you can easily be a power guy and have a lot of numbers, or you can be, outside runner, getting a lot of tosses and screens and still be a guy with a lot of yards. But I'll have to look at the tape for that. But just looking at the numbers, man, these guys are elite, man. It's how hard it is to get a 2,000-yard rusher. And they've got 2 1,000-yard rushers. One guy almost got 15. I mean, that's amazing. The other guys look like they took carries from them.
So yeah, I guess you were saying like you could easily have 2,000-yard rushers on this team
easily
if those other guys would just didn't play. But I get it, makes sense. Save them healthy. 2,000 yards in rushing. I'm just looking at this from Tyler Mason. Yeah, that's big. That's a lot of carries on the running back. Running backs, man, going through the trenches and taking that beating all the time, that ain't easy. But 2,000 yards rushing with another back that has 1425. That's a lot of carries for a back. And the rest of them, like you said, they had a possibility of getting 2,000-yard rushers right now in one backfield. That's tough.
Yeah, we can arguably say that Martin might be a little better than Mason because of average 14.7 comparison to 14.5. You can see that Mason is going to be their goal line guy. He's got 38 points, 38 touchdowns. He's possibly the goal line guy. I haven't seen the film now, but
I haven't either.
That's a huge difference of touchdowns from 38 to 17. So,
but I heard a post-game interview from J.K. Atkins saying that Martin is special. Everybody talking about Tyler Mason. He said Martin was just as good. He said he had a bunch of other running backs who you can see like have their numbers, but you already know the top 2. And you know how it goes in a system. Like the top 2 gonna always have the ball the majority of the time. Just like you may have that number 1 running back, but he always has a backup. Those 2 gonna like carry a lot of the loads. But these systems are different from a pro style offense, like NFL spread or college football spread. So it comes off differently. These pretty much gonna line up. This is what it looks like. Line up. You know we're gonna run. Who gonna stop who? This is what it looks like.
Don't fall asleep though.
Right. Because that pop pass may come out. Gotcha.
Yeah, and also don't fall asleep because if you key on to these 2 guys, there could be somebody else that they can put on an offense that can. These guys, other guys can go to distance. So if we just key in these 2 guys right here, they pop out the ball to Reed. You could easily miss a guy that you're not keying to. So, we got to treat just like you got to play all. You got to tackle all Tarboro's backs. You got to make sure all these guys are accounted for.
right. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. That's why it comes down to who gonna stop who. It's gonna come down to everybody knows each other probably well. It's about who's gonna read their keys, who's gonna make the play, who's gonna make the big play, and who's gonna say we're gonna do whatever it takes to win this state championship.
I had an interesting quote from someone back in the day, man. That were like, "Hey, man, we play Tarboro. We always got to tackle all 3 of your backs. You never know who has the ball because the ball fakes so well, and the backs are down here, and you can't see who has the ball."
And thing about it is, like, a lot of people, I think, raw thoughts, what Tarboro's going to run. But can they stop it? It's easier said than done. I think about 100 teams probably tried to stop them. But it's easier said than done because can you really stop them from running? I don't know. It's like you know it. It ain't nothing to. It's there. Like, can you stop it? But it comes with the preparation, the lineups, that coached up. Those kids or some kids are amazing. Then you have some kids are amazing, and then you have kids that are also understanding the system and understanding the reads and the holes to make the break. So for me, it's like, yeah, we have that, but can you still stop it? I think every team has done that. But now, I will say this: it's different. You know, over there on the West Coast, like they're used to a lot of spread, wide receiver, stuff like that. They're built on technique, and this is raw thoughts. They're built on technique. Tarboro has a lot of natural ability, like natural talented players that are really, really good, and that's great because that's what, like, they have their edge. They have a good DN and Tyler Powell who can set the edge and make sure guys stay inside to the line.
Dominate.
But you know, teams over there, man, they throw the ball a whole lot. They like to throw the ball. And this is me just saying raw thoughts.
And you're right.
Because you already know I'm born and bred Tarboro. I ain't I'm just giving it raw thoughts.
Yeah,
Tarboro knows what's coming. Tarboro's won state championships because Tarboro has bullied people. Even when they knew to play, they have got bullied. And that's what Tarboro does. Tarboro plays bully ball. Hold on a second, we got a comment here. My man Jarrell Anderson. He said Jerry Braden, I agree.
Yes, sir. G Relly.
all right. So
look,
go ahead with your topic.
Look, man, these 15 teams that faced Tarboro, schematically they couldn't match up, right? Personnel wise, they couldn't match up, right? The team that matches up with Tarboro, and you think about the mirror on the wall, right? Tarboro, this is basically a Tarboro versus Tarboro game. They're like teams, great defense, power run, great run game. It's like I'm looking in a mirror.
Right. And it comes down to which mirror gonna crack. Raw thoughts. All right. So that's raw thoughts on Tarboro. We got to go into a couple more topics before I get into my raw thoughts, man. We have a lot of people talking about, this is a Raw Thought Sportsman. Okay. We're going to have a lot of people talking about, sponsored by Taps on Main. Taps on Main, check them out. 200 block of Main Street, coming soon, January 24. January 24. JJ Watt made a comment telling us on emergency 16 playoff. Michigan and Washington get a bye. Random draw to determine matchups between Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida State. Who says no? We don't know. Because I know I heard a lot of yeses and I heard a lot of no's. So people still gonna say no. And that's because I talked about it in the podcast the other day. By the way, I'm about to put out for people who didn't listen to my podcast the other day. So it's coming out now. All right. So Raw Thought Sportsman, the floor is yours.
Listen, let's go to the next one though, okay? I figured this is a win-win for all the teams in here, right? The only teams that would not like this, right, would be in this situation. The 16
bracket sponsored by Central Collections. Sponsored by Central Collections. Go ahead.
Yeah, the teams that wouldn't like this is Texas and Alabama. Why? Because they don't immediately just get to play the other two teams. They would have to kind of pretty much like a play-in type of deal. You know what I mean? And this gives Georgia and Florida State an opportunity in the ball game, which I like. I like this here because it gives those equal opportunities for all the teams to get into the playoff. I mean, some of these teams were snubbed out. I know. Like Georgia deserved really to be in that game. Really to be into this first initial bowl game up there, man. I think Florida State deserves to be in there. Alabama deserves. Texas deserves. And, of course, the two other undefeated teams. There's a need to reinstate some type of emergency type of situation like this.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. That's where I'm at right now because no matter what happens, somebody's going to find a way to say something is wrong. And then what happens, somebody's still going to say something is wrong. Something else going to happen. Somebody else going to say what's wrong. I'm just saying again, but for the committee, I get it. You know, I get it, and I feel like, you know, with the committee, everybody say, "Well, they get paid. They get paid." I don't know what they get paid. I don't know if they do get paid or not. But what I do know is that you can't. It's so many college teams, and the top 25 alone is tough. You know, and it depends on your schedule. So it's like you gotta, when you're on a committee, you gotta break down the ranking schedule and all that stuff.
A lot of pressure.
It still be the same. Had a guy told me the other day, like I told you on the last podcast show, that somebody said that kids shouldn't play an NFL schedule. Shoot, at the rate, it may be 4 teams and people still gonna complain why their team didn't get in. So it forces you to create an NFL schedule because the committee can't get it right. Everybody say the committee can't get it right. But the thing is, it's so many teams to look at and evaluate, to pick and choose. Florida State had the 55th best schedule in college football. Alabama had the 5th best schedule. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it was, they'll probably say it's rigged, but that showed why Alabama got in. I ain't even saying I'm an Alabama fan, but if you got a 55th ranked schedule, it says a lot. Like, you know, and your quarterback went down. You know, I guess everybody say, so if Liberty go undefeated, if North Carolina Wesleyan go undefeated, they deserve to be in the bowl game. Because, and I know everybody like, man, don't take it that far. I'm not. But it comes off like, hey, this is not basketball to me. ACC is not a football conference. And that's just me, raw thoughts. It's not a football conference.
Prime. Let me ask you one question.
Go ahead.
What team outside of Clemson in the ACC you think that would have ran the table this year and would have been included, despite if they lost their
past? The Clemson the past, or you talking about this year Clemson?
Look, just removing Clemson, because we knew Clemson. If Clemson was undefeated this year and they lost a quarterback, they would be in. Anybody else outside of Clemson in the ACC, if they lost a quarterback, like if Duke lost Riley or any of those other teams went undefeated and lost their quarterback at the end of the season, you think anybody else would have made it? The committee would have voted them in?
And they understand the committee ain't just looking at like your schedule, your wins and losses. They also looking at a competitive situation due to what TCU did. TCU wasted our time last year. They wasted our time. I was watching WWE before the first quarter ended. But you know, I guess people feel like it's in their minds morals and principles and ethics they deserve to be in because of what it is. But do you want to see them falter, get embarrassed from how far they was out? You know, I mean, it is what it is. We got to bring that topic up another day. But go ahead.
Those defense is elite, man. Listen, this year, of course, this was sponsored by Ainsley Construction. This is just kind of breaking down a 7-team scenario possibility. If all these teams got in, you get an opportunity to see.
I see a glitch in this. Go ahead. I see a glitch.
Hey,
I see a glitch.
What?
I see a glitch.
Alabama Roll Tide National Champion.
Any other year, yes, but it's definitely a glitch in this. But and Michigan should be going to the national championship, and I don't have a college football.
They don't know our signs. They don't know our signs. Listen, I already talked to Saban, man. He's gonna run the calls in every play.
So this is what you get. All right, so I guess that's it. I don't have anything to say about this. That's all I got. I mean, I appreciate you coming on, Coach J. I think we talked a lot about Tarboro and my area.
Yes,
we may have some more shows this week, breaking news shows. We're not going to like post anything time-wise this week. But no worries. From here on out, you're going to get our definite times by Sunday. We'll have our show scheduled for you guys to tap in and see what we need to talk about. The viewers, we would like you to tell us what you want to hear, us discuss, and we're going to break it down just for you. Raw mind, raw thoughts. Coach J, you got anything to say?
Man, listen, all I gotta say is go Vikings. I'm excited for this game, man. I'm excited to see every single aspect of it. It's gonna be a ground and pound, and the weather's gonna be great. So passing game, you might see somebody, you might see some balls, but I'm excited to see this game, man.
I am too, and I'm gonna be honest, man. You know, the thing about Tarboro, I already know, like, and I got my Tarboro shirt on.
Yes, sir.
Tarboro shirt on, so you know how I feel about it. So with that being said, it don't matter. They all come to try to stop Tarboro. But the question is, you know where they're gonna run. Can you stop it? That's always been the motto. I'm not saying I don't know what Tarboro gonna run. It's Saturday. Most people are like, you should know, but I'm saying I don't know. So whatever happens, I know Title Town is not over. And with that being said, Coach J, Mr. Raw Mind, myself, is out.